everybody inside the Beyond the Summit Hot Tub TI machine. It is game number 3 of our lower bracket final, Digital Chaos versus Complexity. The winner of this game will be moving on into the grand final to face Team Freedom in a best-of-5 matchup. And it's all come down to this. We already have a draft underway, so we're hopping right into it, fellas, and I can already see some of the things we were pointing out between the matches is, well, not going to be abided, at least not by Digital Chaos. Complexity with that first pick have managed to snag up the Swindle Melons Earthshaker special once again. DC with the Saint King Lina. coL go the Doom. And we're already out of our first phase. By the way, my deepest apologies. I will now introduce Charlie Lacoste and Capitalist to the panel.
Hello.
Without the camera, I guess I was a bit ahead of the game there. But here we are, guys. Game number 3. And you know, not too many extra respect bans. A lot of them sticking with the same thing. You know, Swindle refuses to get eliminated from another qualifier by a Meepo, and DC refused to, you know, ban anything else outside of the Shaman and the Disgusting Venomancer.
Beat me with Meepo one time. Shame on you.
I think it's the...
This could have been the third or fourth time, actually, like that.
Yeah.
Beat me with Meepo 2 times. Shame on me. What happens third time?
Disband.
Disband me.
That would what it would be. It would be retirement.
Well, I like Swindle's going for the Doom. They saw it was banned out last time. Just pick it up and it's like, hey, we want this hero. Destroys Lina.
And look at the clockwork. He survived. Oh, he didn't survive. Never mind. Well, I gotta say something stupid so that I can look
Thanks,
smart.
Check
after.
the box.
Good
We're all
participation again.
Yeah, Doom.
We have a trophy somewhere for that, right? Participation trophy.
Complexity bans out Mason's heroes again with the Lifestealer Weaver. I think it's super important for DC to make sure that Mason has a good time. At least create 2 threats for the Doom.
What did they get in the second phase of the previous game? Because this is pretty identical to what they've already had before here. Did they go right for that Forev pickup next? And
Did they go Disruptor Bat?
I think.
oh, that's right. Yeah,
Disruptor Bat.
Dazzle. I don't know. Game 1, we saw Dubu on the Dazzle, and you know everyone here I feel like has those feelings like we like
What is
Dubu
it,
on.
Charlie? Does your leg
like-
hurt or what?
We like Dubu
Dazzle
on do
makes
shit.
my leg hurt. I want Dubu to be able to move around the map and make things happen, or like have something so strong that can't be bullied that works well with Mason's hero. Like you just gotta be like you gotta make sure that either Mason doesn't get run over in his lane, like completely run over in his lane, or like Dubu can move around the map and like make things happen with Bulba.
This is the same lineup from the first game of the series, right? Sanking, Lina, Dazzle.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's exactly what they had.
I want to say the Dazzle was also picked up after the Doom in the first game. I mean, is that the reason? They're hoping that they have the benefit of the Grave to bail out someone like Lina if she gets hit up from the Doom in the fight, or...
I mean, even if you grave a Lina that's doomed, Lina is still out of the fight.
Yeah.
And like Doom still will take you down.
Yeah, and you have a Dazzle, so you're pretty much playing 3 versus 5 after you grave a doomed Lina.
Like
Suspect for now, but maybe it has synergy with some sort of physical late game Mason hero or something that they can hope to benefit from. Maybe they'll creep in the Lycan again or something like that.
Weaver, Lycan,
Yeah.
Sven. What happened to Sven?
Yeah,
He
where is Sven in NA?
plummeted.
I don't know.
He's being picked up early. Did you send him out?
Figure if you're throwing Gyro in the mix a lot, I think Sven should be there as well. He's also BKB carry, stack farmer, man fighter with just a bit more physical to offer the table than the magic power of Gyro. Oh!
Sven stands ready.
Nice job.
Warcry is good against the Witch Doctor as well.
And there is that physical amplification that Dazzle could help with a bit too. That's fun.
It is a very slow lineup from DC, though. Like, relatively speaking. Right, Lina can still do things active and go and fight and kill things, but she wants to be able to get a little bit more of that Bloodstone, Shadowblade, BKB farm, or the Eul's Blink that we see now. And then Sven can also pick up the earlier Blink Dagger, but he's more looking at that 35-minute marker as well. So I feel like they need an either super split pushy offlaner or a very active offlaner that sets up a lot of early fights.
SF.
I don't think we've been seeing too much SF at all in this region, but
So this worries me because it feels like Doom's got to have some magical ass creep to set up for the Shadow Fiend, or like work with the Witch Doctor together. Doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of synergy there. Whereas, you know, Sanking Lina is classic scary dual lane.
Complexities turn to bad.
make a good point.
Well, if you're Complexity, you either match the farming of DC, which is unlikely because they have a Sven, or you need a pushing hero to take these outer towers and limit the Sven's farming space.
Yeah, the thing is, DC has an upper hand because they have a last pick. So if Complexity maybe picks a melee hero, they can go for Dazzle Sanking as an offlaners, which is pretty strong, and have a one more support for a Sven, one of the options.
If
They
it's
probably
a hero
won't do
susceptible
it.
to Darkseer or something, right? They could do like that. They could do maybe it's a fair Legion Commander matchup or something like that. Yeah.
But right now, Complexity's lineup does not scream support the Shadow Fiend and have 4 people sitting behind him while he hits a tower.
Maybe an Ursa, something with a Purge so he can remove the Warcry, does well against the Sven. It's good against Lina.
You have to pick something that preempts whatever they're going to have for the offlane as well, because you don't know yet.
Jug, Ursa. I would say Lycan, but it's not good versus Sven.
Clinks, I haven't seen yet today.
Oh yeah, they were running a lot of Clinks.
Oh,
This hero is good against Sven.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, Razor definitely could grab a hold of Sven and force him to kind of step off from fights without, or risk losing all the damage he brings into the fight.
It's not great versus Lina though. I thought it was going to be good versus Lina, but it just ends up this Lina is so fast and sits so far back that Razor's never really a threat to Lina, but Lina's physical damage ends up being a threat to Razor.
So offlane options for 4F.
There's always a Darkseer.
Darkseer is good
Sven,
against Sven, yeah.
you know, that they could just pull out. Outside of that,
You can't really pressure the Razor though.
Bat Rider once again, it would appear.
I don't think there's many things you really can pick up. Probably Bat Riders.
I like that. I like Bat. I mean, you're not going to be able to do anything to the Razor no matter what hero you are.
Yeah.
At least Bat, you can farm up stacks in the jungle. It gives you some way to like start fights. It's also a vision hero. So
Yeah, I like the vision part of it. Because you know, you were talking about like setting up the SF for a success. Right now, it's just like the Earthshaker is your real big like frontline. I'm initiating. I'm setting up the SF to be able to follow up with his ulti or his right click damage or whatever. You really do need to be able to see that initiation coming for the Lina. Right, like you can't lit what happened in game number 1 or 2. I don't know, it's blurring together. But Swindle's always hunting the Lina.
that was game 2. Yeah.
Yeah, so he was always hunting the Lina as much as possible. And the same is going to be happening here for the Doom, right? So he's got 2 heroes that are just like assassins for Lina. You need to be able to see these kind of initiations and how these heroes are working.
And I like the Bat Rider on top of this because like there's no save if the SF gets lassoed. The best you have is Fissure, maybe a Lucky Cask.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, the DC's lineup, they will have probably 3 Blink Daggers, Sanking, Sven, Bat Rider. Once they go in and throw their spells, you go in, you throw a lasso, Sven goes in, ulti, BKB. Doom can't really doom anyone after that. He needs to find the Lina, but it's gonna be hard with those 3 sitting in front. And also they don't have anything except Earthshaker to close that gap.
So it sounds like we all like DC's lineup better.
Congrats to Complexity for making it to the grand finals.
We'll see. I mean, you were talking about DC's lineup being a bit slower to being able to hit its maturity peak. So maybe coL hit a serious stride in the laning phase, get a snowball factor building up.
Yeah, coL got. Lacoste, you're such a goon.
You guys are like gross. What are you doing over there?
I don't know. I look over.
It's like snotty
Lacoste
mess
just,
over here.
he's like in the middle of blowing his nose. He just has this giant piece of toilet paper hanging out. Anyway, look, Complexity definitely got to win the lanes. I think they need to rotate around a lot with their 2 supports. Z-Freak and Demon actually have a lot of kill power together. You know, the Cass lets the Doom be able to get close enough to be able to get the Infernal Blade, you get a Maledict off. So they've actually got some really good kill power to set up for this Razor, SF, and Earthshaker. All 3 of those cores also really like it when 2 supports roam into their lane because they have natural kill power anyway. So I think they just have to do really well in the laning phase and then just play fast from there. Start taking down towers because DC are super good, just like NP, at always stacking. Always making sure they're making the most farm efficiency for Mason's Sven.
Which is going to be...
Oh, look at Dubu celebrating.
He gets
that
hyped
he-
over the D ward.
Extra 100.
It's got to feel good.
And
they're
the
one game away.
That's
experience.
an extra
Hell
100
yeah.
gold that he can spend to buy more wards.
Look at all that experience.
You were mocking Dubu's farm before, Charlie, but he is actually ahead of everyone.
1-0.
It's his time to shine.
Oh, so ward actually counts as a last hit.
Yeah, and when you deny, it counts as.
Nice.
And here we go. The old Bulba Sand King mid lane babysit. As he begins to zone back Firo on his Shadow Fiend. We haven't seen too much Shadow Fiend have to put up with this. But Z-Freak nearby. And snare creep, it looks like.
That's not the creep.
We'll have to kind of deal with it.
What was the other one?
Summon skeletons.
What was the other one?
The other one is the Mana Burn. He
Oh.
got the small satyr camp in the medium area, so not good. Not
You
good.
remember the old Harpy? Chen would get a Harpy, and that
Yeah.
Harpy would lightning you until you died over. It was like the
Oh,
dumbest
yeah.
thing.
Is that Harpy out of the game now?
No, it's still
It's just
in the
not in
game.
that camp, right? Yeah. Just, I guess it's just been so long since I've seen Harpy tormenting. Z-Freak is moving forward with all the muscle power he has, so he can chew through his tangos and do his mid lane participation thing. But you know, it's a Doom early on. Doesn't have as much to offer as the Sand King in terms of early initiation, unless you get that great creep. How's things down here? For Evan, a Batrider matchup against Moo.
Rev's doing great. He's making the most out of the sticky napalm. Moo's having a hard time actually right-clicking some of the creeps that he wants to. So he denied the range creep, for example. Huge win for an offlaner.
He'll still dance around with the Razor for now, but yeah, seems like a pretty good coasting start for Rev to be able to build up the early makings of his Batrider tool belt here. Up and above, the opponent offlaner is going to be Swindle yet again on his Earthshaker here as you see him dance around with Dubu a bit. Lost the access to that ward early on, but it looks like he will be gifted the Bounty Rune. He'll
Oh, there's
snag
a region as
Foresight.
well on top.
Region over on top. He'll grab the second Bounty Rune here. And it looks like Abed will be able to snag that regen you were talking about.
Hashtag blessed.
Very convenient for them. Bulba's still flirting around this mid lane too, and he even plants the ward. I heard a ward go down, yeah, behind the tower. It looks like it was pinged by Swindle though, so it might have been spotted.
Oh,
no.
Doesn't find the mark there on the Burrow Strike, and now Z-Freak moves in, hits him with the boulder, and that is going to be your first blood going to Firo, all because of the one Burrow Strike.
That is the worst
Burrow
thing you could
strike.
possibly do.
Yeah.
Feed the SF his full souls early on in the laning phase. I'm sure Abed has some sharp words for Bulba after that.
Never give up.
Never give up.
No,
Never surrender.
No.
Bottom lane, Stack Storm trades continue here. Forev will just simply coast his way out from the lane right now. Demon doing his best to try to zone back Forev. Still pockets of smoke, by the way, but yeah, he's holding his own in the similar lane matchup we saw from game number 1. Meanwhile, mid, I feel like deja vu here. A move for Z-Freak. Last time this happened, they came up a bit short trying to get the finish for Z-Freak, and it was Bulba who lost his life, but Looks like this time Zfrick will head the other direction, and they'll just continue to trade it out. Your big breadwinner of the laning phase at the moment is, of course, Mason up here at the top, 23 and 7. Then you have Abed, and then the Razor. So Abed is kind of putting in work here against Firo for the time being, but is this something that is going to get easier for Firo? You know, of course he got the first blood, but the souls and levels are coming online. Is there a point when this Shao Fiend is just going to begin to take over?
Yeah,
Or is
when
it
he
all
has
Lina?
well, when he has level 3 raise, it'll get a lot easier because he can just double raise the wave. He won't be under pressure from Lina.
Go just hit some neutrals. Yeah, it'll be good.
Oh, Dubu is on the move.
We like when Dubu's on the move.
Yes.
Even though it's a dazzle, not one to normally roam and gank. He has poison touch, and Dubu's at best when he's moving around getting aggressive. And Forev, oh, is he trying to bait something out here? Oh, look at this. They've spotted Z-Freak moving over. And so they quickly make their move onto him. Z-Freak running out the other direction, hoping to use the Scorched Earth, but
Oh,
nice. Little flame break bump back there
Boom,
by
boom.
Forev.
Well played. Nice.
Fight for side camp CS right there is obviously very important for both sides.
But still, Shaker knows that Dazzle is on the bottom, spotted that he doesn't have a TP, so he's just playing aggressively on top, can get as much CS as possible.
But, you know, Mason is a Sven. It's hard to really pressure him, even as an Earthshaker.
He doesn't need the pressure, he just needs the XP, and he's gonna push the wave with the cleave, so he's good.
We watched one of those games, right? It was like Planet Odd versus DC or something at the group stage where they pressured the hell out of Basin Sven, and he just went and jungled for like 10
Yeah.
minutes, then he came out and just destroyed.
Well, he cleared like 7-8 stacks.
Yeah.
Here comes a move. DC. Oh, Bulba can't find the connection again on his Burrow Strike. Finds himself now getting hit up with the stun. Runs out the other direction, but he's going to get burnt up there. Oh! Then they will be able to get the grab. Dubu, though, saves himself with the Grave. Mu is trying to chase him all the way down, and will be able to get it. Abed tries to fight with him under the tower. Hits him with the stun. Looks to turn around. Will be able to get the last right hit in. Trades from both sides here. Now 3-3, costing a Razor in exchange for that Bulba and plus Dazzle takedown.
Yeah, despite the missed Burrow Strike, that's still good for DC. It was a lot of rotations coming in, and Abed gets all the kills. Yeah, it's a unfortunately low-level stun from Sam. Couldn't get in range, and he needed to at that moment. Maybe he should have waited for Forev to throw some more sticky stacks.
Forev has stepped away from that off lane, it looks like, for now. And we'll hand it over to Bulba to be able to continue to farm up. He can take to the jungle to find the rest of his way up and towards what looks like the Bracer and into the drums and such, similar to his previous game.
Sven is having a good time on his lane, so he doesn't need to go to jungle, so they give jungle to Batrider and rotate SK because he's having a rough time because he died 2 times because of that missed Burrow Strike, so he needs to get back into the game.
I imagine they'll still look to build some stacks. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can see him here
those
already.
for Sven, of course.
Yeah, that's Sven's little baby over there. And he'll be able to farm up soon enough. Deep Z-Freak territory, but it's the pressure on his brother's Swindle that's about to come out. Look at this, all from the woodwork. Here comes Bulba, here comes Forev. Everyone looking to get a participate on this one. He tries to go for the Fisher TP out. He made it! He made it away
Caustic?
from the 4-man
Oh.
gank. The Cruel Frog changing out that Flame Break TP cancel also doesn't help. It's
Also
just
stacking the stuns almost.
okay, mid lane though, they will get a bit of redemption there. Abed just simply Laguna's the face
He's
of
got
Firo.
TP too.
Z-Freak. Go for the TP, it worked last time. Oh.
It's
Yeah.
on cooldown.
Double kill for Abed.
Did Firo not see the Lina, or what exactly happened there?
Yeah, how do you get so close to Lina?
It
To
felt like
Shadow
he just
Fiend?
walked into the stun.
We came as to that
Unknown.
mid lane right after the action and hijinks from Swindle's TP in the top lane. So it was kind of hard to gauge how that came to be, but obviously not the best positioning there for Firo, and he will be victim to the first Laguna of this game 3. And Abed is already 3-0-1 on this Lina. 3rd in CS, I imagine near the top of net worth, the top of net worth. And you have that going for you. You have Mason kind of just freely farming through that top lane and now beginning to work his way through the jungle, which is also stacked up. It's got to be a wonderful start for DC at out of the gate of this one.
Yeah, it feels like this is what coL needs to be doing right now. Get Jimmy out of the safe lane, move together with Z-Freak to go create some space on the map, because Razor doesn't need your help.
He tried to get off maybe a preemptive self-grave, but they lock him down very nicely.
That's not the target they want to get. They need something higher, mid or Sven. Delay.
That's a
Blink Dagger
700 net worth
Batrider.
Dazzle. He is not worth much. Oh, Bulba going in mid lane, walks right past Demon. He has eyes for Firo, and Abed will help seal the deal. Bulba will lose his own life, but it's a worthy trade for DC.
I think Bulba needs to start, sorry, not Bulba, Firo needs to start playing in like offlane jungle or farming those really safe camps on the right-hand side sometimes. When they go for a dive like that, right, 3 heroes up a top lane, dive into tier 1 tower, like it's pretty clear that DC's doing something else. You just have to play as safe as possible. I feel like Firo is giving away a lot of mid kills that he just shouldn't have to.
Yes. Mason battling the hard fight here against these creeps.
Those rooters, though.
This is like a WoW event in itself. Hey guys, you farming over
Swindles?
here? Boom! Hits him with the stun. Z-Freak walks in, hits him with the Infernal Blade, and then the finish. Hell yeah.
Oh, do they have any? Oh, Shadowfin is here.
Okay, okay.
Wow.
You're getting Mason down. You're taking his bank account away.
That's great just game sense by Complexity. Do they know that this is around the time when...
Or they just had a ward.
Oh, well, okay, they had that.
I mean, that's still on Z-Freak, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's good on them to
Potentially they
recognize
sell
that stacks were going to be done. It's good to have vision there.
And, I mean, Swindle was preemptively moving there to begin with. They didn't see Sven in lane. Where's he going to be? Doing ancient stacks.
They also have vision of the other ancient stack area as well. They put this somewhat abnormal ward on the staircase that sees the stacking going on.
Staircase.
This is what we were talking about, right?
Stacks.
It's like we just always need to make sure that we're invading and putting pressure. Like you can't lit a Sven. You can never sit on your laurels.
They're going to get Mason again, possibly. He is going to be forced to stun out Demon to prevent the rest of that ward from continuing. He loses a lot of his damage, and then Moo is looking to utilize that damage and whip down Baby Bulba here. Nice bump back from Forev. Creates a bit of the extra space, and their team will be able to make it away. While that happens, Radiant are successful in sieging down a tower. Which tower? Top tower.
Top
Top tower goes down. So good grab for them. But now coL moving up in to where their vision advantage is. They might even soon spot out Mason trying to creep over for that ancient camp. And they're not going to plant a sentry or anything from DC side. I would imagine that would probably be a nice precautionary thing to do for the next big stack. But this is good. coL can remove this tier 1 and access point, so DC won't have so many options to be able to TP and counterfight.
I think the bright spot for coL right now is that Bulba is actually pretty underfarmed. Not anywhere close to his dagger. He's been spending a lot of time like looking for ganks, looking for to create something.
Well, you can successfully gank if you miss a stun 3 times.
Yeah, he's doing his best Moon Meander impression right now.
Earthshaker has his Blink Dagger, so they might just smoke. Where is Swindles?
It's right here, dude.
Oh.
He's chilling by this ancient camp. He has that blink. They're waiting for the courier to get there. The courier's coming. It's got that blink with it. No smoke, though. Who's got that? Who's got the purple stuff here? No one does. So well, we'll just hand off the blink and maybe just do it without. We'll have to see. Moon, in the meantime, heading his way up through the top lane. Hasn't really been residing in much, too much of this map outside of the bottom lane. So now he's kind of making his debut to the top half of the map, and what a debut it is. He moves in for Mason, and then finds out that Abed was actually nearby. And since the rest of his team was off trying to make a setup play, he will be easily taken care of. And that's just another freebie for Abed, and this guy's already on a mega kill streak. Of the 7 kills on his team, he has 5 of them, and participated in 6.
Dubu, no!
Mid
Can't
lane,
defend this tower, friend.
Dubu is being chased down behind the tower. He gets a grave off, he gets a heal off, he's making the space. Abed almost is there in time to be able to save him. Abed finds himself now getting dunked up from Swindle, and then Demon comes up from behind and he'll pay with his life.
Dubu, no, you got Abed killed. Like, they just put, like, Sven and Leader just showed top, right? 4 heroes pushing down mid, they're clearly going to take that tower. You can't defend it.
Saving Private Dubu.
Saving Private Dubu.
Not much worth right there. He hands over a good bounty, and it looks like it all goes to your doom, too.
Admiral Abed died in the process.
It was a trap.
Doom has a blade mail now. Went right for the blade mail this game.
Yeah, super good against Lina. He, like the first Doom game, he was the focus of almost every single fight. Now he's like, all right, if you guys are going to go for me, I'm going to punish you for it.
Sven and Batrider don't like it either, right?
Especially Sven.
Well, they're zipping their way through this mid lane. Swindle is going to farm up further, even though he's finished out that Blink Dagger. He would love to get a bit more. I'd say the same for Moo. How do we feel about Moo this game? Of all the cores in the game, he is the least farmed. He's even still about 1,000 behind on where Mason is at the moment. He's got drums, and he has plans on moving forward into a halberd, but ooh, close one there. Do you imagine he's just going to be pretty diligent on farming and avoiding fights for the next chunk of time, or what would be in his best interest?
Well, that's kind of the opposite of what Razor really wants to do.
Yeah.
You're not a flash farmer. You don't take stacks or waves as quickly as Sven, Lina. So you're a strong early game hero. You would like to be able to find these good engagements, and you need to do that with the Earthshaker.
Ooh, Swindle tried to lead into this engagement with a fissure first, and Bulba just will easily burrow strike to the other side. For everyone who's also waiting within those trees, Damon gets spotted out and just blasted to hell. Turns into a free kill for Abed.
Oh, what
and
a
now
bounce back.
A bounce back. Hog tie him up and drag him back in. Abed's going to be able to get redemption on that Z Freak, and he gets a double kill just like that.
For God.
This Batrider's been awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, that sparkling stuff on his hero, by the way, makes me think he always does a regen or something.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Like, he's not he's not the only hero that has that sort of particle effect.
Yeah, it's bubbles, because it's supposed to be underwater.
Mr. Bubbles with Steve Irvine set, huh?
I was wondering if at TI they were going to force everyone to use that underwater set, since that's pretty much supposed to be the general theme of TI.
Did they do that for
It's
TI5?
so hard to. It's
Pretty
so
sure
hard
they
to
did.
play on that map if you're not used to it.
Oh yeah, it's very disorienting. It's very different than the Dota map. What did you say, Kev?
Didn't they do that for TI5 or TI6, the Immortal Gardens?
Yeah, I think everyone
Yeah,
had
they
to
did.
play on it. The water one is just super different. I think even as a caster, I would be just kind of thrown off a bit. I can't afford it. I think I just got that map. You have to pay a bit of money to get that map.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think the players didn't have to play on it, but
Yeah, the people
servers.
broadcasting the games, I'm sure. So, we'll see. That would be kind of funny. Here comes coL now, feeling pretty good about themselves. Just coasting down this mid lane a bit and sieging onto some tier 2 action. Same goes for DC here. Abed just floating his way down through the bottom. Moo is continuing his movement of farm patterns here, trying to get his Razor back into good fighting shape for his team, and the Halberd is going to be the ticket for that. While the other members of coL, as a 3-man here, are maybe hoping for a jump on the Mason. Look at this. Swindle is waiting in that tree pocket in hopes that Mason just carelessly walks down the lane, but not going to be the case. They still have some ward vision, though, on where Mason's location is. And do they move that way? They are. But the problem is that they're going to see Dubu now nearby. Or do they? Oh, Dubu might spot them first. Looks like it.
This is pretty good for DC right now. Abed's getting a lot of space bottom. Sam is getting space for his Blink Dagger. He should have it pretty soon.
Yeah, he have it. Also, does Batrider have one? Almost. Yeah, once they get those Blink Daggers up, they should try to force a fight, and if they win, they should just go to Roche.
Abed solo still here in this bottom lane. coL are heading down that direction, but I don't know if Demon and Firo. Oh god, Demon, watch out! You don't want to find another Laguna here in your face.
Especially now with Bloodstone on the Lina.
Yeah, it could be turned into a free Bloodstone charge. But Abed does his split push thing, gets some coL members down there at attendance. Same goes for Dubu. Just pushing out those side lanes a bit, stalling out for those items that Lacoste was mentioning, and maybe even Mason. After picking up his Blink Mask of Madness get up, he is going to be going right for the BKB2. Just trying to hit a good stride here, be able to move in for the Roche in the near future, set for a Roche play, and just kind of go down that agenda on the DC side. Pressure is more on complexity, it would feel.
Yeah, pretty concerned for complexity right now.
Mm-hmm.
See, maybe this
Oh,
fight
look
will
at
go
the
bad for
wraparound.
DC though.
The wraparound. There's Bulba leading out of the gate. Will he get the Burrow Strike to set it all up? No, it's going to be Forev leading in things first. Gets a nice lasso pullback here. There's the Laguna. Can they get the finish? Yes, they can. Firo's going to be taking out this one first, and now coL are looking to run on in. Swindle can't get close enough to be able to get the Echo in there. Demon from the low ground commits it with a Death Ward. It's going to be forcing Forev all the way out, back and out. He has to make it back to base to heal up and stay alive. It was a lot of Maldic damage, though. Can he survive it? It looks like he'll be good. That seems to be the end of things here. An attempted counterplay from Complexity will earn them the single takedown of the Dubu, but DC get their man in Firo. But uh-oh, Mason, who've been farming through this bottom lane, spotted by Swindle. Can he blink out? No. He can. Almost was too
Mason
late.
cocky.
Yeah, he was there a
He
little
had that
too
blink
long.
and everything, and he saw the Earthshaker, and he was just like, I'm waiting. You gonna Fisher? You gonna blink on me? Whatever you're gonna do, I have the counter.
Well, don't
He
you
had
do it?
Echo Slam.
Don't
That's
you
the
do
crazy
it, Cap?
thing. Huh?
When you're playing, don't you do that as well?
I mean, yeah, but I'm not,
Not
in
in
the.
a TI
I'm not
loser
in the running
bracket
for
qualifier.
TI.
Lot
I
to
wouldn't
lose
even
there.
do that in the open qualifier.
But what if Swindle goes in, dunks, and misses it as Mason blinks out? Oof, that would be tough. Oh, looks like they might have spotted Forev here. A movement from coL, but Forev simply flies up and over the trees, out to the horizon. But a coconut comes out from that tree, hits Forev, but Forev gets some help from Dubu. And a shrine. Oh, coL still want to chase this one out. Oh, they actually get the wrong end of the fissure here, block onto Dubu. Do they still continue to pursue?
They got nothing on these brown boots. Magic Stick Dazzle.
And he's gone. Oh, coL. Fortunately, a bit short on this gank attempt.
In all these situations, Mason's just farming. Like when they smoked up, Mason went to bottom lane, right? And the rest of DC made the wraparound on mid. Like DC are being very careful and not taking like a full-on fight. They're just getting a pick and outing every single time. Pick, run away. Pick, run away. And what it ends up doing is creating a lot of space.
Oh, no. Swindle tried to make the move in for the dunk, did not find good connection, and now finds himself hit with a lasso, pulled back and connected with a Laguna. And Swindle's gone.
Now it's a good time for Roche. Cooldown and 40 seconds without him. Even if he is out, I don't think they can contest, or maybe if they can find more targets.
They're just about to get BKB2 on Mason. Makes it even easier.
DC are feeling themselves, moving in. They get the stun. They found Firo as well. No Laguna, but they have plenty of firepower coming in with Bulba assisting in that epicenter. Easy chance now if they wanted to be able to go cross-country to that Roche area. And they're kind of heading that direction.
Keep up the kills, I say. Keep formatting and moving around and looking for those pickoffs. Keep hitting complexity so they're never like solid on their feet, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You want to make sure that
Yeah,
they don't get the opportunity to group up and find a good fight with, well, he doesn't have Echo Slam now, but when he does have it.
I guess they don't have lasso or epicenter. This time around they could bring Mason to the fight though. He's got BKB.
Yeah, what Cap is talking about is called kick them when they're down tactic.
Just as I try to step off, they've already made their move in for Z-Freak. Maybe not their best target. Doesn't really do a whole lot. In fact, they're going to be looking to turn things around onto Forev. They find the coconut connection, but he quickly flame breaks off the pressure. coL will not go any further, but...
I did not see the one Doom used the whole game.
Same, actually.
Yeah, he really wants to get something off on the Lina, but
Yeah, I said it during the pick phase against these three initiators with Blink. He's not gonna be able to cut through the lines. That's why he's building a Lotus Edge, Shadow Blade, whatever.
Lotus Edge?
Lotus Edge.
Shadow Blade.
Lothar's Lotus Edge.
Yeah, that's a new item.
Okay, hello.
There it is.
Vero just blasted out of the game right there, heading up into the staircase. It's coL now, moving on in, trying to make the best of the situation. They found their target onto Lina, and she's hit up with the Doom, but she's saved with the Grave. She runs out the other direction in hopes of living, while Mason is going to be the one to pick up the pieces, securing the double kill. Now they get the fourth as they take down Moo, and look who's back in the action now. It's going to be Abed, as they've been able to start it out with Swindle Melons and make it a full 5-man white. Now on to Roche.
Alright, this is looking very grim for coL right now.
Shadowfin got caught so many times during the early game and two or three times during the mid game. His item progression is not that good.
Abed has 19 Bloodstone charges.
Probably, yeah.
Roche down.
You'll soon.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
This is looking pretty damn swell for DC here. One of the more commanding games we've been seeing in this series as they push up to close to 8K of a net worth advantage. coL are going to be designated to having to resort to, you know, what we saw in game number 1, if I'm not mistaken, hiding within their base and going for those desperate coL smoke wraparound plays.
I think Z-Freak really needs to just find the Shadow Blade initiation on the Lina right now.
He found it the last fight they couldn't
Yeah,
get
but it was
anything off
after
because Shadowfin died before and
Lina already used all her spells before then already. Got off the Laguna on the Shadow Fiend. It's like the reactionary Doom on the Lina.
yeah, and this game Doom doesn't have any items, also goes for Witch Doctor.
Quick reaction out for Reb, not going to get caught from the smoke gank movement of coL. And coL are going to have to settle for other options instead, and it seems to be the bottom tier 2 tower. While that happens though, still lots of farming happening here for DC. Mason, after already picking up that BKB, he has already got the Sage now picked up and in his pocket.
Yeah, ultimately, I think this really comes down to a lack of catch for complexity. Like, Doom isn't the most reliable catch hero. Shaker relies on Blink Dagger a lot, and the wind-up is also really slow. Unless you're opening with Echo Slam. It's not up all the time.
Ooh,
All right.
jump in, lasso kidnapping onto Firo as he tries to approach it to the high ground. Bulba following it up with the epicenter, and that Shadow Fiend is gone. Moo, quick to try to go for the TP and make it out. He will be successful in that, but obviously Demon not going to be so lucky. They also managed to chase down Z-Freak, and DC have 3 victims. And they're looking for more. Swindle, Captain Swindle with the dunk still, trying to hold on to it and make it away. They flame break him back, and then, oh, Abed will Yules himself, unfortunately, as he tries to blink in fast and get
That
him.
was a really ballsy play, or whatever you want to call it. Shadowfin standing, they were sieging like they are the ones who have Aegis. And we found the new Forev. Good hero.
Batrider.
He's really shining on this
Yeah,
Batrider.
Faceless Void have definitely
I
been...
mean, they don't even have Lincolns yet.
No one's even close to getting any
They can't
Lincolns.
teach high ground like that. But I think they know they're going to lose soon. Right? It's already the base of the show.
Oh, have they baited in Abed to go for the last hit on the tower? Swindle's trying to say so. Goes in with the dunk immediately, and Abed's just 1 hit away from being taken out. Blink
away.
Blinks up to away, but look who's there waiting for him. Firo TP's in, but gets hit with the stun, so he can't quite follow it up. Infernal Blade and the Grave. They're just in time. Coming out from Dubu. Can somehow, some way Abed find his way out from this one? No. They will end up getting his Aegis down, And now Firo trying to wait with a Requiem, but Bulba's there with the stun. Meanwhile, Moo gets a good stack link onto Mason as Mason is trying to chunk down Swindlemelons. Meanwhile, Firo is going to be going down on the northern side. Here's Moo now trading things out. Looks to turn back and zap out Mason as much as possible while they do get the lasso connection on for Demon. That will take him out of this one. Abed secures a triple kill, and he's looking to go for the Ultra. It's going to be Forev who picks it up. But still, another commanding fight for Digital Chaos.
What if you suicide if you have Aegis?
I think you just.
So you just die and lose
know.
Bloodstone charges.
Yeah.
Do you heal, though?
Actually, I don't think you lose Bloodstone charges.
They changed something about that recently.
You just die like normal, but your Bloodstone goes on cooldown.
Well, if
AK
you
not
suicide,
worth.
you should lose the charges.
I don't know. I mean, how often do you see that? So I
Well,
have
that's
no-
why I'm asking.
I have
I'm
no
asking
idea.
the real important questions here.
That is true. We got to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah. Anyways, Razor got a full link on Sven that fight. Did not matter.
Does not matter anymore. Too late.
Yeah, that fight.
Oh,
pretty
isn't
split
that
up.
crazy? Like Sven's farmed so quickly that 30 minutes is too late.
Well, every other aspect of the game has gone wrong for coL. It's not just how fast Sven farms.
That's true.
Yeah.
Their highlight was killing the Sven there and clearing his ancient stack. Pretty much that was it. There was no big plays coming out from Complexity at all this game.
Yeah, they have a lineup that sort of wants to fight around the mid game, but they have no way to start that fight.
Quick update for the South American qualifiers.
Yeah.
Infamous managed to take that one.
Congratulations to Infamous. My prediction's wrong. I'll put it on SG again, but Infamous was the other top dog of that SA qualifier that
Yeah.
many expected to be walking away, so that is
It was definitely a
Not a surprise to some.
two-team qualifier, I think.
Oh.
Forev got a kill.
Yep. It looks like Z-Freak, unfortunately, a bit too far from home, maybe going on a bit of an expedition, has been punished. DC just kind of hanging in that area will easily be able to take him down, and coL will take their business all the way up to the top of the map where they feel it's a bit more safe. But really nowhere feeling safe in this game, because as it goes on, I feel like DC only continue to get stronger between Abed and Mason. And look at this, Abed, speak of the devil, moving in already as he gets a Yule set up on to Moo with the Laguna and some right clips. That is Abed now being wicked sick and taking the Razor out of the game for 50 seconds without a buyback. This could be the beginning of the end for Complexity's TI dream. All
Right.
props to Digital Chaos now. A very happy Tom somewhere as they're going to be able to move their way into grand finals potentially to face off against Freedom in a best of 5 coming up next. But first, can they take it in this fight? Swift pullback onto Swindle, and that is your Echo Slam out of this defense.
Yeah, just go. Take all the objectives now.
Not
No
many
Echo
left
Slam,
though.
there's nowhere.
Move also onto Z-Freak. He's gone. He does have a buyback, and I would feel like you're going to have to use it, buddy, if you even have any sort of remote chance. But this is looking all but over here. Mason chunking away onto the Tier 3. The racks to be next. And it's going to be Mason versus CCNC in the grand final. Who'd thunk for who's going to be making it to the land and who's going to have to retire from Dota?
Oh, juicy.
Damn, boys.
Juicy, juicy.
Well, coL is going to make one last stand.
One last stand here for coL. They're doing it still with without a lot of ammunition. But
Time to take some shrines and wait for Roshan.
rich get richer.
Yeah, coL at this point, they really just need that perfect Echo Slam initiation from Swindle. That is pretty much the only thing that is going to get them back into this game.
A 5-man Echo Slam. Not just a regular Echo Slam, but an Aftershock Echo Slam.
Yes.
That's what you need.
On top of a Shadow Fiend Full Soul Requiem.
I think that's gonna be enough.
A requiem.
You don't
Requiem.
need the other 3 heroes. Maledict,
Also, before all of that, Witch
Maledict.
Doctor gets the 5-man Maledict before the Echo
Yeah.
Slam.
It somehow happens.
And then Infamous also joined their sides, and they help out. Yeah, it's going to take a hell of a miracle here for coL. I mean, I would probably wear a shirt with Swindle's face on it if he somehow pulls out the Echo Slam that gets him into grand finals
Yep.
here.
This feels like North Korea beating Brazil in football 6-0, and we're talking about what Brazil needs to do to get back into the game.
Just talking about, did you say North Korea?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes it all the more impressive.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
hard to run when you're that malnourished.
Z-Freak's in position.
Yeah. Just surprise Doom in hopes of.
Oh, I got it. I
stalling
got the
things
play, guys.
out. Okay.
They use the Shadow Amulet to hide
Hide
all
everyone.
of them, like some weird space, like right somewhere in the middle lane or something, or somewhere like that. They Shadow Amulet all of them in one spot.
They could have done that at the second shrine if they read the
Oh, that
movement
would've been
well.
sick.
Oh.
There's no gem.
Dude, Swindle City. Yeah, I was checking back rider. He has no gem. They are just legitimately hiding within the trees. Oh, poor. You moved. You moved from the tree.
Well, they need
Oh,
Doom.
Swindle moved too.
They need Doom to be alive for that Shadow Amulet.
Uh-oh. Okay, it looks like DC might have just found their opportunity to close the game out straight up as they wipe the floor with Demon. Fred moving in with the back of a BKB. Swindle and Firo caught with a two-man Bulba stun. Swindle turns back, and that might be it. It looks like he had already dunked two. This might be it for coL. Firo is able to dodge with the BKB and heads into the high ground, but it's a triple kill for Mason. And that might be it, gentlemen. Congratulations, Digital Chaos. They're going to be clearing out the final set of racks here and their move into the finals to face Freedom, and now it's official. Complexity have now bowed out, and their run in TI will be over.
Until next year.
Until next year. Swindle, Z-Freak, Demon, Moo. No Mama Moo at TI. That's kind of sad. I'll be honest. But
No returning TI finalists? Is that correct? Right? All the, because eHome didn't make it.
That is
All the
correct.
Wings members aren't there, so no Planet Odd, no Moo, no TI finalists.
wow, we're gonna have a totally fresh.
It kind of links with the story of Planet Dog and potentially Team Freedom, like new players, right? A fresh new TI.
Wow.
Very exciting. New
It's
blood.
a whole new world.
Between that whole series, that game 3 was probably the most convincing game of them
A
all.
shining place I never knew.
I don't know the song.
Excuse me?
I don't remember the third line.
Do
Goodbye, coL. You're gone. Seriously, though, props to coL. It was a long run. They made a valiant comeback. They took down Planet Odd in the previous round. It seems so good that maybe the dream of taking it 3 series straight and all the way to Seattle would have been certainly an awesome story to tell, but they're done for. And now, gentlemen, we have DC versus Freedom in the grand final. We are going to be cutting to a break, but before we do that, and I know our couch and panel might change up a bit here, quick thoughts about that grand final before we actually get into it?
I'm leaning towards Team Freedom. The one thing is, we talked about how they don't play without fear. They play pretty fast. I think that's needed against Digital Chaos and what they do in situations like this, where they like to be able to play the efficiency game and farm up. Freedom don't really give you the space to do that oftentimes. So I think they look better in their execution, and they seem pretty smart when it comes to strategy.
Mason versus CCNC.
Mm.
Retirement Bowl. Here we go.
One must go to TI. One must never play Dota again. Even though
Ever.
those are not the terms, but we have made them. What do you think, bro?
I think Freedom seems like a better team overall. After they play super aggressive early game and they take objectives after the fight. They seem well coordinated. So I'm super hype about this match. Didn't expect Freedom to be here, but I'm glad they are.
We'll have to see. Maybe the benefit for DC is that they're already warmed up and ready to play, while Freedom could be coming in a bit cold. Might be reaching on that one, but we'll let everyone continue to theorize how the grand final is going to go. We'll cut to a break. It might be a little bit of an intermission. Again, we have Digital Chaos, who just finished their series, so they might need a little bit of a longer break. But when we return, it is time for your North American TI Qualifier Grand Final Best of 5 matchup, which will be Freedom taking on Digital Chaos.